So I've got my color here. I'll just load my brush up and show you guys at home. I did let my son pick this color, so keep that in mind. So it's a nice blue. I'm going to proceed by cutting into the ceiling all the way around this joint first, cutting down into this inside corner, and then there's a couple methods of cutting down to the baseboard and casing that I'm going to show you. When I'm going up at the ceiling here, I just simply load my brush and press down on it so it spreads apart, and then drag it across, perfectly keeping that line up there. I'm only going to get 6 or 8 inches, maybe 12 at a time if it starts going good. Really does depend on how well your walls are primed. The better that they are primed, the less paint will soak up, so you're able to drag your brush down a little further. So anyways, we're about to get started. So another trick is if you get a really good first coat, brush on the walls, that sometimes you don't have to do a second coat. Just really depends on the color you're using and how well your walls were primed. Okay, so I'm finished cutting in at the ceiling and I've came down the side of this door. I am definitely gonna have to cut in 2 times. Blue is a primary color. Most primary colors or deeper, darker colors are gonna definitely require 2 coats of cutting in. So I've got this line fairly good this time around, and the next time I go around, I'll try to get it a little tighter just to clean it up a little bit more. I'm now dealing with the baseboard, which it's very hard to lie down on your side and kind of brush that in without getting any on the baseboard. So I'm gonna start in the other corner and show you guys at home a different method to paint tight into the baseboard. Because I don't wanna lie down basically on the floor to sight this line in, I'm gonna use some masking tape along the top edge of the baseboard before I paint there. One problem with masking tape is if you get carried away and you try to tape this whole baseboard, then you go down and you paint the whole thing. By the time you pull the tape, paint will leak around the tape and get onto the baseboard. So what I like to do to avoid that is just take about 2-foot strips and go 2 feet at a time. So. So you can see I got a drip mark in there that kind of went through the paint and one over there. I am gonna let those dry and then just use a putty knife and kind of pick them off tomorrow. So this is looking pretty good to me. I'm gonna keep going all the way down to the end of the wall and then I should be ready to start rolling. Okay, that concludes the cutting down to the base. I've just got one more inside corner over there to do and I'll roll out this wall. Looks like I'm gonna have to get a little bit of a smaller brush to get into that inside corner right in there, but I'll catch that on the second coat around. Now my cutting's done here, I'm gonna grab my roller and show you how to roll out this wall.